When you are a business owner, it's sometimes difficult to come up with content day after day, email after email, post after post. The same is true when you're a business owner trying to write a book. It can feel like you're starting from ground zero. That's why I want to talk to you today about creating your own writing challenge. This is a little secret sauce that I am using right now that I want to share with you some tips on how you can create this for yourself to spice up your writing life and rejuvenate your words. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. I am coming to you today from a new space, my new office in my new home. Recently, my husband and I moved about 45 minutes east of our previous home, and so far, we are really loving it. And with this new home comes this new office, and I'm really loving how this change is helping me and actually helping my writing. And as I record this episode today, I'm looking out a lovely window with a view of pretty trees and lovely folks walking their kids and their dogs down the sidewalk. And the life outside is really breathing life inside. And let's face it, breathing new life into things is exactly sometimes what we need for our writing. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in today's episode. When you are a business owner, it's sometimes difficult to come up with content day after day, email after email, post after post. And the same is true when you are a business owner trying to write a book. It can sometimes feel like you're staring at the page and you're starting from ground zero. That is why I want to talk about creating your own writing challenge. See, right now, when this episode drops, my team and I are supporting about 30 people in their own writing challenge. They're coming towards their final few weeks in the challenge, and it's been really exciting. And so today, I want to break down how we designed what we call our Right Now challenge, and I want to share how you can actually create your own for yourself. And then finally, I'm excited to share how you could actually join us for another no-cost challenge with us in the future. All right, so here we go. So my team and I decided that for the month of May, we wanted to host a writing challenge. Now, normally we do about a workshop a month. We kind of call them our VIP days, and we offer them at no cost. And it's just a way for us to connect with people, support them. And as a business owner, it brings new people to us and allows us to support them and maybe even become potential clients. But we really decided that for the month of May, we wanted something that was a little bit longer, a little bit more like what it's like when you get in community and get writing and get connected to your words. The other reason we did this is because ultimately what we often see is that folks don't have a writing habit. They don't really have a process that is supportive of them getting their words down. Now, I think everybody has a writing process. If I said, hey, I need you to get this writing to me and I need it due by next Friday, you would do something between now and then to get that done. But is it effective? Is it aligned with you, or is it filled with the shoulds and the things that you think you're supposed to do? So the challenge that we're doing right now, it began at the beginning of May and it's going to end at the end of May. And the goal that we set forth was to write 600 words per day or some kind of aligned equivalent goal. That's it. It's pretty simple. Yet here we are 16 days into the challenge, and this right here is the moment where things pause and things start to slow down a little bit. So I'm recording this. We're about halfway through the challenge. When you get it, we'll be a little bit more forward. We'll be about a week ahead. And right here in this moment is where things are actually going to get good. And I often hear people say, oh, this is where things get tough, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you got to put your shoulder into it. But this is actually the part of our writing experience in this particular challenge where we get to realize what we are capable of, when we get to help tap into this innate wisdom within and just write to tell stories we've told and maybe those we haven't. We get to go and source things we've already created, copying and pasting previous words and maybe using them for a different purpose. There's so much possibility when we just give ourselves a little bit of space and some commitment to getting our words down. And I want to share some of the results. Here's some things that people have been posting. So the idea is simple, 600 words today, share when you hit those words. And here's what some people are sharing via post. So Wendy shared early on, making this commitment for myself to write is part of my journey in allowing myself to experience more joy. Joy is in all caps. 2,426 words today for an 8-day total of 5,498. Wow, super cool. Cindy shared, done for the day, uploaded 2 more chapters to my Please Read stack for my coaches. This month just might see this whole book drafted. Wow. And Marielle noticed, I have been enjoying doing this daily writing to better get into the habit of writing. But now that I actually wrapped my brain around what it would look like to write a 200 to 300 page book, I'm shifting my focus and making space for working towards that. And Bobby Joe expressed how I am so inspired by all the words flowing in this group. Setting a writing goal and working towards it is powerful. So now I want to talk about how you can actually do this for yourself. So I want to share 3 pretty simple steps you might need to help you create your own writing challenge. If you like to write these things down, go grab something. If not, make sure you catch it and write it down later. So number 1 is pick a start date. Just do it. There will be no perfect date. And this isn't about clearing your schedule and getting everything out of the way or going off for a month. Just pick a date and start. Because there's no good time to write. All good times, all opportunities are here for you to write right now. So just pick a date and start. Number 2 is choose a goal. Now, I've shared on this podcast before how we at Team Synergy as embodied writers like to choose from kind of 3 different embodied goals. You could choose one of these, or you can make your own, or you might toggle between some variety of these. So 1 is a word count. Create a daily or weekly word count goal. This is how many words you'd like to write. For example, we use the 600 words a day. So when I'm in my Google Doc, I simply highlight the words that I wrote for that day if it's all happening in the same document. And I go to the tools feature and then click the word count and I see where I'm at. Again, we use the 600 words per day. And I always like to remind people that the average book has 250 to 300 words per page, give or take, given, the size font, the margins, all that good stuff. So word count can be one of your ways to make a goal. The other way to make a goal is page count. So you might create daily or weekly page count goals. So similar to word count, but instead we're focusing on page numbers. Some folks like to know they are writing a certain number of pages and use that as their goal. Remember, like I said, with the word count goal setting, the average page in a published book has 250 to 300 words per page. So you can kind of use that to decide what feels like a powerful yet comfortable goal for you to achieve in page counts. The other could be a content goal. So you might create a daily or weekly goal for the ideas you want to write about. Meaning if you know you want to write about your experience when you first started your business, then you might set a goal to complete that writing of that part of your experience in a certain number of days or by the end of the week. Or you could say something like write 1 story per day. Or maybe write about 1 part of my personalized strategy I use with clients per day. So you might break it up like that based on content. So number 2 is to choose a goal. And again, I like flexibility. So definitely being willing to choose between different goals is totally cool. Number 3 is set up some kind of accountability. Writing is not meant to be done in a vacuum, so create some kind of accountability group or method for yourself. You could recruit some friends to play along with you, or you could at least commit to sharing your progress with someone or on social media or something similar. And that's it. That's how you set up a writing challenge. So recap is number 1, pick a start date and just start. Tomorrow is a great day. Today is a great day. Number 2, choose a goal. You can do word count, page count, content goal count, totally up to you. And number 3 is set up some sort of accountability. And I love sharing, so maybe some way to share your progress. Now, here are a few bonus tips that are going to support you along the way. Do write something. It's okay not to hit your goal each day, but writing something will help keep your writing muscles flexed and working. So write something, write often. Be willing to be consistently flexible. It's okay to write in different places. It's okay to talk your words some days. It's okay to let non-book words come in and count. All writing counts. Be flexible, but be consistent. And of course, get embodied. Do whatever you need to do to get connected to yourself. You're not going to make it 30 days just hustling and grinding your way through your words. Well, maybe some of you might, okay? Some of you that works for you, but I'm going to guess it's not going to feel too great. Instead, release to that inner wisdom, deepen your connection to yourself, and just write to write. I, for one, like to walk before writing. So whatever you do, find something that helps you get connected. And if you know you need some guidance in creating your personal writing challenge, then I'm excited to share that we are going to continue our 30-day writing challenge beyond May. That's right. We are calling it Write Now, and you can join anytime now. So head to shanahartman.com/30-day writing challenge. Each word is spelled out to get signed up and kickstart your writing challenge today. Once you sign up, you're going to get a link to the community Facebook group where all the writing magic and support happens. So when will you start your writing challenge? Because guess what? Your words are rating. Guess what? All right. Let me say that again. Head to shanahartman.com/30-day writing challenge. And we can't wait to support you in getting your words down and developing your writing habit. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of The Written Compass. If you are loving this content, then please share this episode and tag me on Instagram at @ShanaHartman_. And if you're wondering how you can implement the ideas I share here and really begin creating your amazing book, I want to connect with you even more. Head over to shanahartman.com/thewrittencompass to learn even more about not only writing your book, but truly experiencing your words.